What's going on, guys? It's your boy Phoenix here, back with a brand new Marvel Spider-Man 2 video, and today I want to talk about why I think Kraven was the better villain in Marvel Spider-Man 2. So without a doubt, if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button as well. Let's try and go for 40 likes on today's video, and without a doubt, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Now, the first thing is that Kraven was fleshed out a lot more than Venom. And by that, I mean, it felt like we should have just had Kraven as the main villain. Like, I felt like he was the main villain. Like, every single time he appeared up on screen, he was causing a problem. So the first thing is that he made Peter feel sad for the villains, because after Peter found out that he was making a hit list, he got worried, as well as for the fact that he actually went down and hunted and killed them all. And that was probably one of, if not one of the most insane things, because based on the technology, and I'm pretty sure Peter didn't even figure this out, he was using a lot of the same stuff that the villains were using against him, such as the vulture drones that he had, such as Scorpion's poison, and I'm pretty sure a lot of Taskmaster stuff as well, but I'm not really so sure about that, because some of the stuff that the hunters used were probably based around Taskmaster. I'm not so sure about that. Someone let me know in the comment section below. But other than that, he made him feel sad for the villains. Now, the next thing is that he also knew about MJ, because in that section where we have to chase Peter down, he told his hunters wherever Peter is, she was going to be there, and wanted both her and Peter brought to him. Now, this next thing is that he knew Peter couldn't take Scorpion's poison, because we hear Peter say that he couldn't see and that he couldn't even tell if he was breathing or not. And that just makes me think, because if you really think back to what they said at San Diego Comic-Con last year, they flat out said that Kraven has seen the events of the first two games, which means that he knows that Peter is weak to Scorpion's poison, which he used to his advantage, because as you guys know, in that whole entire scene where he's about to kill Scorpion, he flat out knew that he was immune to it, but Peter isn't immune to it. Now, on to the second thing. He knew that Venom was an alien, which he found out after he stabbed Peter and saw Harry use symbiote blast. He immediately got an interest in fighting Venom, which works both ways. Through that, he forced a personal connection with Venom. He also forced Harry to hate him, and through that, he figured out, he was like, okay,
I want to fight an alien.
now this next thing is about how he figured out Venom's weak to sound. He figured this out in that church scene by Peter pushing him into the church bell, and he figured out the way that Peter's reacting to it based on how close he was getting to that sound. Now, on to the third thing, which is for the fact that he put a tracker on the lizard cure so he could let his hunters know where Peter's going to be. Now, this can be interpreted in many types of ways on how he knew that he was going to be there. After Peter got the symbiote, he started being wonky, and Kraven was more interested in bringing out that symbiote. He was more interested in trying to call out Venom, and through that, he was way more interested in that. And on top of that, with Peter having it, he wanted to make Peter angrier and angrier for him to unleash that full-on rage. Now, the fourth thing is that he tried to bring out the anger in Miles when he caught Mr. Negative, because Kraven wanted to know if fighting Peter was actually worth it. And along with this, it was for the fact that Kraven, instead of stopping Mr. Negative from escaping, he lets him go, because I think personally that Kraven knew that Miles was planning to bring Peter to the arena instead, but I'm pretty sure that's what he knew before that. And on top of that, we saw that he was way more interested in bringing out Peter's violent side when he had Venom on him. Now, this next thing is that he tried to bring out Peter's anger and tried to call out Venom because of the fact that he didn't want Peter to hold back, which was something that he wanted. And after that, once Peter saw that Miles was beaten, he wanted to draw Peter's anger between him and Venom more together, because he was trying to bring out that killer instinct that Peter knows he has inside. And he saw that before he got Venom, and he realized that he was holding back. And with the symbiote in control of him, he didn't want to hold back. He wanted Peter not to hold back. He wanted that. Now, on to the next thing is that every single time when we fight him, the arena is completely different. Because when it comes to this, it's very interesting, because the arena swaps like it's a completely different place sometimes. Because in the first one we saw Miles and Mr. Negative in, he was working on that arena ever since we saw him in the opening scene, because one of the hunters said that he was building it for a while, as well as for the fact that another one that we see Peter and him fighting in is a way different arena than the one we had for Miles. Now, the one for Venom in Midtown, I'm pretty sure the reason for this is because people fight in the middle when they're in an arena, so that's kind of just self-explanatory right there. You know, middle of the arena, you know, Midtown, perfect. Now, to me, overall, Kraven was the better villain for a lot of reasons, and this is mainly just because of the fact that he drew a personal connection with Venom and him and Harry, as well as for the fact that he came in, caused chaos, and did everything he could. So, other than that, let me know what you guys think. It's been your boy Phoenix, and I'll see you guys later with a brand new, spectacular, Spidey, webtastic banger.